Howdy folks, welcome back to Street Rust. Yes, we're still working on the 1970 F250, getting it roadworthy so we can get a car trailer and go buy other useless vehicles and drag them home. So anyway, just an update on the cost. The last time we talked, we were at $1,377 as far as parts and things, not counting the $1,100 that we paid for the vehicle. And we, let's see, what have we done? We had to buy lifters, you saw in the last video, and a coil you saw in the last video. So we're up to about $1,480 with the original $1,100 we paid for the vehicle. That puts us at about $2,600. So we're getting deep into this. So we're going to focus tonight on the interior. You saw the vehicle run. I still got to bleed the brakes. Got to get some stuff tweaked in the engine bay. I'll work on that offline, if you will. We got to get to work on this interior so I can get this thing. I got it registered. I got an antique tag for it, yada, yada, yada. We're planning on using this rig to haul a car trailer and go buy some junk so we can get it back on the road, right? So what else? So as far as the cost here, if you're watching this video for the first time, you can go back in the series. I think this is going to be like part 12, I think. But you can go back and see where we spent every dime. Why are we tracking this? I'm not tracking this so I can show you how much I spent on this vehicle. We're tracking this so you have a realistic understanding of what it's going to cost. You just don't drag the vehicle home and get it started and throw it on the road. There's a lot of stuff to do, a lot of things to think about. So that's what this video is kind of about, right? Showing you some reality. So without further ado, we're gonna, well, let's just take a look at the cab. Let's take a look at the cab. Let me get you in here. All right, so let's get even a closer look. Let me get it out of the stand. Okay, here we go. All right, so I think what we're gonna do tonight, the goal for today's video, not the video, but the first half of it, we're going to get the dash out. We're going to get the instrument cluster out. We got to get some things lubed up. I need to get some PB Blaster on that lock for the glove box. I can barely get it open. We're going to get the seat out. I want to, tonight, as I'm working on this, I want to, at a minimum, get some rust neutralizer on here, okay? That way, we can come in and do our coating over this floor. Seat's going to be a bear to get out for me. I don't like this seat. I may look around, see if I can find another seat. Can't find a seat cover. Split back bench. I don't know what this came out of. It looks like it came out of a tractor at O. McDonald's farm. So I don't know, but I know the blue matches the blue. That's stinking all over the place. We're going to clean all that up, fix the brake pedal. We got some wiring to work on right here. I do have a few. I have fuses on our needs list. We're down to a pretty small needs list. It's a real, I have glass fuses, but this one's a little one. So I've got to order some of those. One of the other videos, we got the fan working. All that wiring's got to be shored up. But first, let's get everything out of here, see what we got. Because here's what we're not going to do. We're not going to spend $300 on an instrument cluster. We're not going to spend $200 on a dash. We're not going to spend $300 to have a seat recovered. We can't do that. The other thing we got to do while we're in here is the fuel sending unit, which goes in back here. So without further ado, I'll tell you what I'm going to do, because it's not going to be difficult. I think I'm going to go ahead and get the seat out of here. But then again, it would be kind of nice to lay on the seat when I'm taking everything else out. So let me get set up and we'll work on getting some of this dash stuff out of here. All right, folks. Got up here in the dash is still all kinds of little metal pieces here. Let's see. Come on now. That one didn't want to come out right. That's your little pin for your ball joint or your U joint, and we got a clip for a alternator. All kinds of fun stuff in here. We're gonna get all that stuff out. Little washer. All right. We're not going to get all that out of here right now. Another washer. This little light of mine, don't know where that came from. Anyway, it was just in here. Ow, that hurt. All right. There's the magnet. I'll forget I put it there. I'll be looking for it. Then I'll blame Gabriel and my wife. You been touching my tools? Leave my tools alone. Anyway, let's get this instrument cluster out. Looks like there's 4 to 6 screws, and half of them are missing. So there's one. There's 2. Let's get this bottom. Nah, no, we'll get that one's missing. This one's. Actually, it looks like there's 8. Not overly complicated. You want to see instrument cluster that's complicated, go look at the videos on the Chrysler, on the Newport. Man, tell you what. It's in like 3 or 4 pieces. And all right, come on now. That one seems to be stripped. Let's see if it comes out some more. Yeah, there we go. All right. Got one here. So there's a total of 8. 4 on top, 4 on the bottom. And had 1 missing. I think we pulled, hear that cracking sound? That's the doggone seat crack. It's just cracking every time we touch it. This seat's got to go. This seat's got to go. All right, there we go. Now, let's see. I don't think this is rocket science. Ooh, mud dauber nest. We had this out, right? One of the other videos? Pretty sure it was this one. How do I... I'm sure there's a... Yep, that seat is toast. All right, we got a big clip here that barely is clipped in. Looks like got that off. Then we got the speedometer. I don't remember if it works or not, folks. That's probably the easiest instrument cluster you'll ever take out right there. So we're gonna have to spend some time. Woo! We may have to order one of these ribbons here. What do they call them? I can't remember what to call them. I think they're about $70 because I thought we were going to be able to maybe save this one. Anyway, we'll look at this a little closer. I'm going to put it over here on the bench. We'll look at that a little closer later. Yep, we'll look at that later. All right. I'm over here looking at it. I'm telling y'all not to look at it, and I'm looking at it. It's a typical dad thing, right? So basically, you had the main harness that comes into it, and you had the speedometer, the speedometer cable, and that was about it. Everything else, I mean, the windshield wiper, I don't remember if that worked or not. We're going to test all that out. Light switch works. That's a standard, just a standard 4 light switch. So, all right, now what? I say, ow, that didn't hurt. That didn't hurt. Yeah. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get up in here, and I'm going to loosen everything. And then once I get all the nuts off, I'll bring it back to you and show you how we lift this dash out here. Someone's already redone this dash. I'm thinking we can redo this dash. We can put something over it, Mexican blanket, coat it in Bondo. Oh, let's fiberglass it. No, we're not doing all that. I want this vehicle to just haul a car trailer. Let me show you this. That's a mud dauber nest right there for you folks Some people call them dirt daubers. I call them mud daubers. You guys have seen that before. I don't know where I'm dropping it all over the floor, but there's a couple more in there. We're going to get those out. All right, so let me get this all loosened up and ready to pull out of here, and we'll be right back. All right, folks. So I can't remember. There's like probably 12 or 14, but basically there's bolts on the dash that slide down into holes. Those holes are slotted. So when that bolt comes down, let's say this is the bolt coming down, it slides forward. The reason it needs to slide forward is because there's bolts here that go whoop into the front. So basically, you just pull it forward and flip it, and that's after you get the bolts out. So, ow! I did it again. I know I'm being a little girl, but dang, that hurts. Pinch my hand in there. All right. Let's see the bottom of it. See what I'm talking about. Ooh, look at that. You know what? We might just leave it green. Anyway, let me get this around here so you can see. So here's your bolts right here that go up and down. There's a lot of rust on this. And then these are the bolts that go in. And as I was taking this apart and unhooking it, well, one of them little bolts fell out. There's a metal brace on there. I could probably tack weld it, but oh, this is foam. I hate foam. Anyway, it goes. I don't know if you can see it. Anyway, it goes down here on the end of it. I'm not gonna mess with it right now. Let me get this out of here, and I'm gonna let y'all in here. See what we got. Okay. All right. I think you can buy like a dashboard cover too. I'll have to price that stuff. So anyway, you know, when they painted this, I think they did a fairly decent job. You know, you can almost, I think those are the defrost hoses. You know, you could almost just put some nice little covers, little metal covers in there for the defrost. And I bet that's the defrost hose down here, because there's the other one right in here. So anyway, let's get a magnet in there. Where's that magnet? Where'd I leave that magnet? There it is. All right, let's see if we got anything fun here. Anything? What we got there? That's not fun. That's no fun. Oh, there's fuses and screws and clips, and you know, I don't see anything extraordinary in here, folks. So I think I'm just gonna. But here's, you know, all these screws in here. These are probably all the screws that are missing. Ooh, that's a Zert. That's doggone grease fitting. Wonder where that's missing. Anyway, there's some cool stuff in here. Yeah, that's missing somewhere, I'm sure. I don't know why they have all these. These are hog ring. They're too small to be used on real hogs, these, but that's for upholstery. That's like you know, you put it in there, then you clamp it shut. Got a wire connector, stuff like that. I don't see anything else. There's a fuse down in there. Anyway, we'll get this all cleaned out. Look at there, just nuts and bolts and screws. That's a good upholstery screw right there. So, all right. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and get this cleaned out, and then I'm going to get the seat out. The seat. Let me get this light for you. Get you some light here. The way that it's adapted in here, you've got. See if we can get this set up so we can see in here. Got fixed. The little protector came off my microphone there. See that? Right there. Hopefully this is working better for y'all. Give me some feedback, please. Okay, so you got this nut goes all the way obviously through the floor, and then you got a couple back in here. I'm just going to pop those loose, drag this seat out. I'm sure it weighs 500 pounds. And then I'm going to get y'all back in here, see if we got anything under the seat that we missed. So be right back. Okay, no ancient Roman golden coins under the seat, just a bunch of mouse turds, as we fully expected. Looks like a lot of the original. So we were bolted in here, and then two back here. That's how they made that fit. These are for the original seat here, so we could very easily bolt in the original seat. Looks like we got some more mud dauber nests. Let's see what's inside there. Oh, yeah, see them larva skins in there? Ain't nothing in that one. Spring, there's some kind of metal cap. Just a little piddly stuff that's drywall screw. Nothing major. So I did have to remove this seat belt, like the one over there. It's green. These are blue. And I'm going to go ahead and remove these two because I'll get those. I am going to clean those. Those are nasty and they need to be, we'll degrease those and soak them in Dawn. And so here's the seat. You can see what color. This was not an early 70s color. It's more like a early 80s. And I was thinking maybe we'd get a build sheet. I'll look at this tag a little closer, see if I can find a date on it. I just can't read it right now. Let's see. Now I'll have to clean that up a little bit to see. Maybe there's a date on there. I don't know. It's probably just color code and stuff. Anyway, there's another mud dauber nest. There you go. Bunch of mouse turds. Oh, I found the money stash. Look down here. There's a nickel. And there's a penny. Tell you what, that's 6 cents to the bottom line. That's not an old nickel. That's, well, y'all can see. What year is that? I don't even know. I can't even tell. I know it's not old. There might be there's some mouse turds down there. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to get this vacuumed out. I'm going to take out the seat belts. I'm going to remove these sill plates here. Of course, all the weather strips, trash. Not worrying about that right now. We want this thing roadworthy mechanically. Then we'll get to that. What is that over there? We need to go look at that. That looks like, is that a wasp nest? Come on now. What is that? What in the world is that? Well, that looks like part of the doggone an access plate here to the door or something. That's exactly what it is. They've been working on that one, but it's solid. It ain't going nowhere. I ain't looked down in these corners, but there ain't gonna be nothing down in there because there ain't no bottoms to them. So, all right, folks, we'll let me get this cleaned up a little bit more. We're gonna get in here, take a look at this floor, get it cleaned up with a wire brush just lightly, so we can put some rust neutralizer in here. Be right back. Okay, we got it all vacuumed out. Got the seat belt parts out. Got these. I forgot what you call them. But they're off. Pretty rusty under here. So we're going to use this Loctite. I've used this before. Extend Rust Neutralizer. It works pretty good. $7-8 a can. The key is not to remove all the rust, because this is a rust neutralizer. In order for the rust to be neutralized, it's got to be there. So the goal isn't to knock it all off. So basically all I'm going to do, once again, not going to bore you with this, but I'm going to take a drill and a wire brush, and I'm just going to go over everything real lightly like that. That just knocks off the big surface stuff, and then allows you to come in with the neutralizer. We'll do a couple of coats. When I start doing that, I'll come back in here and show you what's going on. The goal is to get this neutralizer on tonight, so tomorrow I can do a coating. We'll be back. All right, folks, that took a little longer than expected. Ran into a couple issues, but we're good. All right, first issue. This is the brake pedal. This was rigged in there. This is broken. This should bolt to the wall, the firewall. They had something rigged up in there that may have been why the throttle was sticking, to be honest with you, because that throttle is smooth. Anyway, looks like that's pot metal. Don't know if I'm going to be able to weld that or not. But for now, we're going to throw this over on the table, and I'll be right back. And so I've got this all stripped down. There's rust on there. We're going to use this rust protector, Loctite Extend Rust neutralizer, neutralizes rust. Just like spray paint, 8 to 10 inches, put a light coat. Wait a couple minutes, no more than 20 minutes for the second coat. So that's what we'll do. So I just want to go ahead and do a little spray in here and let you guys see what it does. Okay. I know you can't see what I'm doing up in here, but you'll see here in a minute. You'll see here in a minute. I want to get all up in here. Get all up in its business. Anything I can neutralize, I want to neutralize. Alright. I'm going to step in front of the camera, so forgive me. I'm probably already in front of the camera. Hopefully you can see that okay. Alright, I'm just getting a light coat on here to start with. I got about 1.5 cans of this. That ought to do it. Okay, all this rusted area here, I'm going to go ahead and just hit it. You can see it almost instantly turns some of that black, but it's not an instant product, so I don't want to make you believe something that ain't there. I know I'm in your way again, but you'll be all right. I'm going to go ahead and get a coat on here. Get that first coat on. I'm going to get the center hump here. I just spraying everything. It ain't going to hurt nothing. Okay. You can already see, let's see if you can see. You can already see that this area down here is darkening up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pop the other side and hit a light coat over there, and we'll give that a couple more minutes. All right, moving around. When I got the truck in the garage here, I didn't get it exactly where it was before, so I'm a little tight over here. But we can make it happen. Once again, I want this, I wanted to get this done so that I can do this floor coating tomorrow and let it dry. Okay. Yeah, this one, I don't know how much more we're going to have on this one. But I got another can, so we can get a light coat on here. Yeah, I think we'll have enough to get a light coat on here. Just keep running it. I know this is probably pretty boring, but once again, we're not rebuilding the vehicle in 30 minutes, in a 30-minute video. I want you guys to see actually what goes on. Yeah, this can almost had it, but I think we'll get the first coat done. This was the half can, so about a half a can, which isn't too bad. for a rust neutralizer. I know it looks like I'm doing a heavy coat, but I'm not, because this is coming out. I'm getting to the bottom of the can. I'm just making sure I got everything covered. All right. That would be coat number 1. I want to go ahead and finish up this can, so it's just kind of spitting air right now a little bit. Okay. Boop, boop. There's a little bit left in there. All right. Let me come around it. Come back around. I think I'm getting a little intoxicated from the fumes. So if I start giggling like a little schoolboy, you know why. All right. Well, there you have it. Y'all can see that pretty good. You can see, especially down in here, where there was a lot of bare metal, a lot of rust, and it's darkening up the area over here, things like that. So I'm gonna let this dry for about 10 minutes, and then I'm gonna hit it with another coat. I'll let it dry a little more, then I'll let you see it before I shut down for the night. All right, we got the second coat on there, just finished it up. See how it's looking. Wish you could smell it. Anyway, you can see the dark color it's turning this. This is even darker down here in this area, a little lighter there, but anyway, even over there, it's turning all that dark. That's what we want to see with this rust neutralizer. And what this will enable us to do is get in here tomorrow with this sealer. We talked about the sealer in another video. We'll talk about it again in a couple seconds for y'all, but tomorrow for me. And we'll talk about the instrument cluster tomorrow because I'm going to bed. Good night. See you tomorrow. Okay, we're back. It is the next day for me, a couple seconds for you. Did some work in here. We'll talk about the box here in a second. That's the coating. Took that brake pad off. There's nothing wrong with the brake pad. It's just too big. We got to figure something out there. Anyway, you'll see a bunch of screws in here. I had to tighten all this up because basically it's not welded. It's just bolted in with these big bolts. So anyway, had to do a relief cut here. That's one cut with the grinder. You can see how far it pulled away. That's how much of a, how high that was. Got this shored up. Did a little work back here. This piece, you can look at the previous video. That was pretty ugly and nasty. Shored that up a little bit. After we coat it, I'll seal that up with some RTV. Did a bunch of screws over on this side as well, all around. Got everything tightened up. Got it vacuumed out again. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, as far as RTV, you see that right there? Got to get that RTV'd this because I'm not putting in a new seal. And there is a spot right here, right there. And there's a spot in the same place over here. So I'll get that shored up. I'll RTV the holes down here and those window holes all at the same time. So what are we going to coat the floor with? Talked about this when we bought this. It's been about at least a month. POR 15 is about $60 a quart. This Smaffy, Smaffy the rusty dog. Smaffy. If I ever have another dog, I'm gonna name it Smaffy. Smaffy the rusty dog. Anyway, this is actually an encapsulator. Okay. This is not like rust. You can buy a thing of Rust-Oleum, but it's the rubber, and that's not what I want. I have a bunch of. See how messy my garage is right now. I've got a bunch of rubber undercoating. I think I got like 4 cans of it back in here. This undercoating stuff here. We're not going to use that. I want something that encapsulates and hardens. You got to give this one coat. Then you wait 2 to 5 hours until It's not tacky, but you can dent it with your fingernail. You give it a second coat. So I'm going to get it set up. And what comes in this kit? Well, you have instructions. Okay, you have a little paintbrush. I got some other ones if I need. And they actually give you some sandpaper there, you know, and some gloves. We'll pass on the gloves. So we need this and this. So we'll get that opened up. But don't stir it. I didn't say anything in the instructions or on the back of the can. Normally, this type of product, you don't want to shake it because you'll cause bubbles, and then you got all kinds of problems. And I only think you stir it, but we'll take a look at it. So let me get everything set up here. We'll be right back, and we'll whip this out. All right, folks. I went ahead and did some of this up under the firewall because you're not going to be able to see me do that. But this stuff flows pretty good. But you know, the proof's in the pudding. So, cramp. I'm sure y'all never get cramps, but you know, I know this is a small paintbrush. I need more than that on there. It's pretty thick. It's thicker than paint, but not thick as chocolate pudding. If that gives you any perspective. We'll get the first coat on. We will get the first coat on. Probably could use a bigger paintbrush for this. I got some paintbrushes, but we'll be all right. We'll be all right. Get up in here. All right. We're getting her. Goes on pretty easy. You're definitely going to need a second coat. There we go. Just kind of go up through here. I got mud dauber stuff falling out from everywhere. Nothing like painting over rust. All right, now we got that going. That all looks pretty good. right, folks, I think that's gonna do it. That was a long haul. Hope you enjoyed watching. Let's get over here and take a look. Let me get back over here with you. I'm a-coming. Don't leave me. All right, let me get this settled down here. Get these gloves off. All right. Well, it's definitely black and it's still drying. You can see it's took me a while. You know, it's just like painting a house. You know, the trim part is the hardest part, but already significantly different, no doubt about it. So everything you see that's blue in here, I'm going to paint with spray can black. And I'm not to include probably the side here by the door, because there's some rust and stuff down there I wanted to encapsulate, and it's pretty bluish over here. I don't know. I guess you painted the sea blue first, or you painted this blue, but you had to have it match. So I want all that blue there gone, and we'll see what we can do. All right, so I think we're going to wrap it up here for this video. I found on Jegs this printed circuit for about $53. I'm going to order it tonight. Also, this is broke because I broke it. This is a voltage regulator. It's about $23. Jegs has it as well, so I'm going to order it from them. And we'll get back and work on the instrument cluster and the dash. Got no clue. Got no clue what we're going to do with the dash. So, don't know. Maybe we'll just pretty this up and that'll be the dash. Some people have done that. But, you know, this thing's pretty beat up, even underneath the original. It would take a lot of work. If you go way back and look at some of the 72 LTD videos I did early on, it's painful, a lot of work, often doesn't work. So we'll figure that out. So, all right, folks, we're going to wrap it up for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hope you found some value in it, maybe a little bit of fun. And appreciate you watching. We are up to, I think, 568 subscribers, so we are cranking. We're very grateful. We appreciate you watching, appreciate you investing in Street Rust. So without further ado, thank you very much. Please like, please subscribe, please share, and please be blessed.